This clip right here is, in my opinion, one of Biden's most shocking and disturbing moments, where he actually puts his hands on a man who was critiquing him a little bit, challenging him on the issues and challenging him on his policy and his record or whatever it was, something trivial and totally appropriate to ask a presidential candidate. And Biden's reaction is to try to physically intimidate this guy. So if you haven't seen it, check it out right here.
I was really kind of taken aback. I was genuinely shocked.
Des Moines activist Ed Fallon says his brief conversation with Vice President Joe Biden happened Sunday.
Thank you.
Biden made a quick campaign stop at Urban Dreams in Des Moines. Fallon waited in line for a picture and wanted to confront Biden on his climate change proposals. Another member of Fallon's bold Iowa group recorded the cell phone video.
I'm going to support you if you win the nominations. We got to get rid of Trump.
It started off fine, but Biden quickly became agitated when Fallon didn't agree to support him in the caucuses.
We got to stop building and replacing pipelines. You got to go vote for somebody else.
All right, thanks so much, sir. We're going to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to vote you in the general if you treat me
Yeah,
right.
I know. Well, I'm not.
Well, can I have a
Look,
picture?
you're asking a picture of me. You're coming up and telling me you don't support me.
No.
My plan. Yeah, you did. You said you
I said I would support you in the
in
general.
the general. I'm looking
Right.
for a primary.
We're happy to
and
get
a
a number.
caucus.
You can follow up.
That's what I'm looking for, okay?
Just 'cause
Now,
we're trying to get-
You believe that Bernie can do something and by 2030?
I'm actually supporting Tom Steyer.
The first surprise is that Biden told Fallon to vote for someone else.
I did not expect to be told to leave, to go vote for somebody else, and then to be lectured about.
And then he presses on Fallon's chest, pokes him with a finger, and finally grabs his jacket with two hands.
It was not appropriate interaction for anybody. I mean, if I'd done that to him, the security would have been all over me.
Fallon is not asking for an apology from the Biden campaign, but he would take one. He's more concerned with finding the right candidate to fight climate change and beat President Trump.
I don't think he can beat Trump. I really don't. And you have actively telling people like me, don't vote for me, go vote for somebody else. Well, that's not helpful. That's not helpful at all.
What an absolutely awkward and cringy moment this was. Biden felt the need to get physical with this guy, grab him by the jacket, poking in his chest, totally uncalled for. And that's very threatening behavior too. You know, if you're having a political conversation, a civil conversation with somebody, you're asking them questions, maybe you're criticizing them politely, and the response is to get in somebody's face like that, that's not acceptable at all. Biden thinks he's some kind of tough guy and he can go around and talk to people like this. He's the most frail, flimsy old man I've ever seen. If the wind blew too hard, it would take him away and knock him over. But he thinks he can go around and be a tough guy like this, and this kind of goes along with his whole lore and backstories that he comes up with off the top of his head about corn pop and all this nonsense. I think he's playing a character in his head of some 1950s James Dean tough guy. But this incident here, you can see on the guy's face too. He's not comfortable with this. He gets very uncomfortable. What are you doing? Why are you getting in my face? Why are you grabbing my jacket? It's disturbing behavior. Also, show me the time where Trump did something like this. Did Trump ever physically threaten somebody and get in their face and start grabbing them? Absolutely not. And they try to call him the one that's violent or dangerous or whatever. Joe Biden is using physical threats to try to intimidate somebody who he thinks is not his ideal constituent, or somebody that I guess asked him too hard of a question. He couldn't handle it. It's really sad to see the deterioration of Joe Biden and how unfit he is to be our president right now. I can't think of a president who was less fit than Joe Biden to serve in that office. And now we're just along for the ride, and God forbid he wins again. What could the next 4 years bring? We saw all of the world's leaders, dictators, all of the bad guys around the world seize the opportunity to start wars, to invade their neighbors, to attack their enemies. Under Joe Biden, things that they knew that they couldn't get away with under Trump because of Trump's hard foreign policy and his strength in diplomacy. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The economy has gone totally downhill under Biden, and Biden doesn't really seem to have a coherent agenda to get things back on track, even if it's not all of his fault. Some of it is, some of it isn't. But where's his coherent agenda to save this, to recover the fumble here and get things moving in the right direction? He doesn't have one. So anyway, I mean, the problems with Biden go far beyond the very disturbing behavior he has in these moments with his constituents or Democrat voters who don't like him. But and you guys know that. But I think that this clip needs to get resurfaced. We need to see who Joe Biden truly is. We need to look at this guy and not forget these types of moments. So let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think of the clip? What is your favorite Joe Biden gaffe moment or weird moment like this? Let me know down in the comments, and thank you for watching.